Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. And actually, I'm going to ask you a question. And that question is, do you know how special time
Mhm.
is? And what makes it so? Have you ever thought about that? As you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from, and let me know what you think about that. Is it something that you think about daily? Is it something you don't think about at all? Is it something that's on your radar, but you're just busy and you're like, it'll be okay, or whatever. Um, so I'm going to go on and introduce myself before we get going. And to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of different ways. I use attraction marketing, I use lead generation, as well as video marketing. And I also give updated strategies and tips that can help you to be able to not have to go old school, but to be able to use the things that are actually helping people build their business now. And they're steadily moving along. I mean, and we are in even a more crowded space than we were before. So basically, that is what I do. Another thing I'd like to tell you is if you have any questions about what we're talking about today and you have some questions, you can always direct message me. We can have a talk about, whatever it is that you didn't get or that you just want to do some confirmation on. So are you saying, that kind of thing? And so you can always direct message me on Messenger, and Facebook is my primary platform that I go on, although I do go on other platforms. So let's get to it. So I was thinking about this. I had something else planned to talk about, but it just after being in a 3-day class or training over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, um, and listening to, different information that's going to help me to be able to be better at building my business. And then I can turn around and help others to be better at building their businesses to where the level that they want. And everybody will be at a different level. Some people want to go for the goal, and some people want to just, make a living. They just want to, be able to enjoy their life, but, it doesn't have to be grand and ostentatious or that kind of thing. So, when we're talking about time, and I don't know if this is the same for you, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But and I have notes here so I can stay on track. But I can remember that I didn't think about time much when I was younger, except that it was so long. I can remember sitting in grade school and watching the clock, and it seemed like 3:30 was never going to get there, And so for me as a child, as a kid, it was like, oh, this is never. This is. I'm tired. We're going through our lesson throughout the day, but I would just get to the point where I was just really kind of like wanting to go home, wanted to be with my mom, want to hang out with her and maybe, have some fun doing something, playing games or whatever. And then there's this big, huge difference between that time and where I'm at now. And I think it's probably because I've heard a lot of it in the mentorship program that I'm in. talking about time and planning and, why we need to do this and why we need to do that, and how that will help us as we go along about our day and doing the things that make our business work, doing the things that build our family, and, being loving and kind to each other, and so on. So, you know, I don't know, did you have that feeling when you were younger that time wasn't moving? And then, just drop it in the chat if you did. If you didn't, let me know that too. But for me, it's like now I know time is moving fast, and it just seems like the more I plan or the more I schedule out things, or, depending on business, family, doctor's appointments, other things, that we have to plan for. It's just kind of like, and I heard this on a song, and and it said, when now that I'm older, I move at the speed of light. And I was thinking, yeah, and that's by God, don't tell me I can't remember it. For King and Country. It's a group that I listen to on the radio sometimes, or I have some of their CDs or whatever. I know people don't really do CDs or anymore or whatever, but anyway, um, I when I hear that song, it reminds me that time is speeding on, and that I need to be present, when I'm doing something, be present at that time. If I'm with my family, be present with them and enjoy the time that I have. And it seems time to me is so much more important now than it was when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, I think I was just busy, rolling and having fun and dancing and doing all types of stuff that teenagers do. And but as I got my own kids and had, to plan and do things, and, everything had to be done, they need to be dropped off at daycare. I needed to get to work by a certain time. And then I needed to leave by a certain time so I could go and pick up my kids and then go and do the things that we needed to do. It just seemed like as I continued to add more into my day, that my time was escaping me. But I didn't really notice it as much because I was so in love with my boys and watching them grow and seeing, them, and they're funny, I the struggles that we went through, and with them in school, and just different things, that, and I, as a single parent, just did the best that I could, and that's all you can do. But when you're talking about time, what does it seem like to you? What does it feel like to you? Do you feel like, time is like speeded up on you, and you look around? I mean, last year, I it was like August, or, July or September, and then all of a sudden it was December, and then you got all the holidays in between, all the things that you got to do, and for this and that, and enjoy the holidays with your family and that kind of thing if you can, and depending on the type of, job you have or business you have or whatever. But so I just wanted to see what you were thinking. I'm not seeing anything in a box right now in the chat box, but that's okay. You can always do it whether you're catching this live or on the replay. You can do a hashtag replay, and I'll still give you a shout out. If you have a question, I'll still answer that. And like I said, you can always direct message me. So as I look at how time is going, some of the other things that I looked at is, um, especially when I started in this company. Now, I had built, I guess, a calm for myself inside that, I knew that this was a totally different, going into business for myself was totally different from what I did as a registered nurse. And that if I really wanted things to work, then I needed to have mentorship and I had to learn and, grow. And, so I was really glad that I, was able to figure that out early on. And I found, a company that was into making you as a whole person, helping you to build yourself as a whole person, a whole business person, and knowing that we're human beings and the things that we go through, that there's going to be stuff that may try to stop us, frustration, sadness, procrastination, different things. And sometimes, we push through it, and that's most times, that's what we want to do. But sometimes we, have difficulty doing that, but that's okay. The thing is, we're still talking about time, you know. And then what I have is people that I met, and not everyone, but there were certain people that were in a hurry to get where they wanted to go. And they thought, I've been doing this for 6 months and I'm not getting anywhere. And, it takes time to build a business, it takes time to build up a following, a network of people that want to hear what it is that you're, trying to help them with whatever it is that their problem is. And so then you have this content and creation and you go on from there. But when you're in a hurry, to me it just tends to make you a little stressed and impatient to get to where you want to get to. I would just tell people, that I knew that seemed like they were in a hurry and they didn't mind me saying, then I would say we've got to, give ourselves time to, learn. And, we're learning, we have training wheels on. At least we're not just out there, trying to figure it out as the people, before us, maybe had done in the company as it continued to build and grow and what have you. The company of this mentorship and leadership program that I'm in, it just, it's just one of those things. And I was ready to learn it, and I knew I didn't learn to be a registered nurse overnight. So I knew that this was not going to be one of those things that happen overnight. So being in a hurry and being impatient causes you to be stressed, frustrated, and just, makes it a tougher situation, but you still got to deal with the time, and that's just something that's really important for me. And hopefully for you, that you want to be able to do what it is that you need to do and learn to do it well, be able to go out there and, help someone else with that information and then and keep it moving like that. Now, the other thing I just wanted to say is when you're thinking about your time, don't forget about yourself. You give your time to your business, to your family, to other people that need you for whatever that expertise or that reason is. But you want to be able to do what you want to do, and you want to be able to take care of yourself and make sure that you set time out for that. Make sure that in your planning that you plan breaks, you plan and this is something that was kind of funny over the weekend workshop that I was in. One of the mentors said that she was, trying to get all these things done for the business, such and such and such, and she had made her plan and put it on the calendar. But what she didn't put on there was, I think, it was something to do with either her kids picking them up or making dinner. I think is what she said. And so, but at that time, she had scheduled something else. So she had to become more aware about, as we all do, become more aware about what we're putting on our schedule and making sure that we put down the things like self-care, like whatever it is that you like to do to in your morning to start your day, to make sure that it starts off as a good day, as it starts off as a day that's gonna you know, be positive as opposed to negative. And by having on those things that you need to do in the morning, those things that you need to do, like take a break, take lunch, make dinner, those types of things. That's really important. So I hope that this information was helpful. I hope that you are, you know, getting what I'm talking about time. Time is ever moving on, and it seems like the more we have to do, from what I could see, it's like my time is fleeting, but I'm going to be present and enjoy my family. I'm going to be present in my business and do the things I want and need and like to do to help those people that are my target market, those people that I truly want to help because those people are the people that have gone through what I went through when I was building a different way. I love being able to build online. I love being able to use social media and that kind of thing. So I don't want to keep you any longer. I'm just trying to make sure that I have said everything. Don't forget about you. Plan, we talked about already, and do what you want for you. Take time to do something that you want to do. You may want to go to a movie. You may want to, have a day where do Netflix or whatever and, whatever. Everybody's a little different, but don't forget about you and take time for you because time as we continue to get older is fleeting and when we're younger it seems to be going a lot slower. Now I don't know about kids these days, but you know um, it's just one of those things I wanted to bring up. So if you have any questions or anything about this, or you want to go deeper, or talk a little bit more about one point more than the other, or you have questions, you can always direct message me in Messenger. And I'm going to go on and get out of here. So I hope you have a good rest of your day wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you. And if you're catching this on the replay, like I said, I can still answer the question because a lot of people can't get to when I'm going live, but this is the time that works out for me because of other things that I have going on, especially growing my business and building my following and all those things. So I'm out of here. Take care and have a great one. Bye now.